Allow yourself to drift into tonight's warm and peaceful tale. Lily and the Kind-Hearted Giant Under the Stars. This story is about the enduring friendship between a girl named Lily and a kind-hearted giant named Azalea, united by their love for the stars. Today felt upon in a peaceful village nestled between verdant hills and sprawling meadows lived a young girl named Lily. Her eyes twinkled like the first stars of evening, and her laughter danced through the air like petals caught in a spring breeze. Lily adored the stars, often spending her nights gazing at the endless canopy of sparkling pinpricks that lit up the midnight sky. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky began its nightly transformation, Lily's mother, Daisy, called her home. But Lily had a special plan. She wanted to visit the mystical hill where the stars seemed closest. Armed with nothing but a blanket and her sense of wonder, she tiptoed out of her house and made her way to the hill. As she reached the top, Lily spread out her blanket, lay down and looked up, losing herself in the beauty of the stars. Suddenly, the ground trembled lightly. Lily sat up and saw the silhouette of the giant moving slowly towards her. She felt a twinge of fear, but held her ground. The giant's eyes upon closer inspection were warm and gentle, mirroring the kindness of 1,000 flowers in bloom. "Hello, little one. I am Azalea," mumbled the giant in a deep, soothing voice. Lily introduced herself, her fear melting away like morning dew. "What brings you here to the hill?" asked Azalea. "I've come to see the stars. They comfort me and make me feel like I'm part of something much bigger," replied Lily. Azalea nodded solemnly. "The stars are friends to those who look upon them with kind eyes. Would you like to hear their stories?" Lily's eyes widened with excitement, and she nodded vigorously. Azalea then sat gently beside Lily, and with a wave of his gigantic hand, he began to weave tales of the heavens. He spoke of constellations and their legends, of brave heroes and mythical creatures. Each story made the stars seem to shine even brighter. In return, Lily told Azalea tales of her village, of her family and friends, and the small wonders of her world. Over time, Lily and Azalea formed a bond as enduring as the stars themselves. They would meet countless nights on that hill, sharing stories and dreams. Azalea introduced Lily to the different phases of the moon, and Lily taught Azalea about the colors of a sunrise. One particularly clear night, Azalea spoke of a celestial event where a band of shooting stars would strip across the sky. "It's a special gift from the stars," he said. When the night of the meteor shower arrived, Lily and Azalea sat together on the hill, wrapped in the warmth of their friendship. As the first shooting star blazed across the sky, Lily made a silent wish. She wished for their friendship to last forever. Azalea looked at her and smiled, almost as if he had heard her wish. "Remember, little one," he said, "the stars are always watching over you." Years passed, but the bond between Lily and Azalea never faded, no matter where life took Lily. Whenever she looked up at the stars, she felt the presence of her kind-hearted giant friend, knowing that some bonds like the stars are infinite. Here helps Thunder's story to ease you into the night. Achilles and Aster, a tale of renewal. This story is about Achilles, a kind-hearted girl who finds renewal and happiness with the help of a magical dancing fairy named Aster in an enchanting forest. In a quaint little village nestled between the rolling hills and the tranquil river, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Achilles. She was named after the delicate yellow flowers that grew abundantly in the meadows surrounding the village. Achilles had a unique gift. She could communicate with nature and often found solace in the company of flowers, trees and streams. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the village, Ophelia decided to take her usual stroll through the forest. The air was crisp with the scent of pine needles and blooming wildflowers. The forest was her sanctuary, a place where she felt most alive. On this particular evening, however, something extraordinary happened. As Ophelia wandered deeper into the forest, she heard a delicate tinkling sound like the chime of 1,000 tiny bells. Curious, she followed the sound until she reached a clearing bathed in moonlight. There, amidst a circle of glowing mushrooms, danced a tiny fairy. Her wings shimmered like gossamer in the moonlight, and her dress was made of soft petals that fluttered with each movement. This was Aster, the dancing fairy, named after the star-like flowers that adorned her hair. Ophelia watched in awe as Aster twirled and spun, her laughter filling the air with magic. The fairy noticed Achillea's presence and gracefully floated over to her. "Yo, Achillea," Aster said in a voice as melodic as a gentle breeze. "I am Aster, the dancing fairy. What brings you to this part of the forest?" Achillea, still mesmerized by Aster's beauty, replied, "I love nature and often come here to find peace. But tonight, it seems I have found something even more magical." "Indeed you have," Aster said with a twinkle in her eye. "The forest is a place of renewal, and tonight I believe it has something special in store for you." With a flick of her tiny hand, Aster sprinkled a handful of sparkling dust around the clearing. The air filled with a soft, glittering light, and suddenly, the flowers and trees seemed to awaken. The leaves rustled softly as though whispering secrets, and the flowers turned their faces towards Achillea. She felt a warm, comforting energy envelop her. Aster explained, "This is the magic of renewal. The forest has the power to heal and rejuvenate those who truly appreciate its wonders. You, dear Achillea, have a heart that understands this magic. Will you dance with me and let the forest's energy renew your spirit?" Achillea nodded, her eyes shining with gratitude. She took Aster's tiny hand, and together, they danced under the moonlight. The trees swayed gently to the rhythm of their dance and the flowers pulsed with a soft glow. Ophelia felt an overwhelming sense of peace and joy, as if all her worries were melting away. They danced for what seemed like hours, though time had no meaning in that enchanted clearing. When they finally stopped, Achillea felt refreshed, her heart brimming with happiness. "Thank you, Aster," she said. "I will never forget this night." "Neither will I," Aster replied with a smile. "Remember, the magic of renewal is always within you, as long as you cherish the beauty of nature." With that, Aster fluttered away, leaving a trail of sparkling lights that gradually faded into the night. Achillea returned to her village, her heart lighter, and her spirit renewed. From that night, she visited the forest often, dancing with Aster and finding strength in the magic of renewal. And so, in the peaceful village by the river, Achillea's life was forever changed by the kind dancing fairy named Aster, and the everlasting magic of the forest. Our next tale waits to bring you calm. Salvia and Jasmine, a tale of friendship and helping. This story is about a girl named Salvia, who helps an injured owl named Jasmine, and the beautiful friendship and partnership that flourishes as a result. In a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and a tranquil forest, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Salvia. Salvia was known throughout the village for her generosity and willingness to help anyone in need. Her long, dark hair and sparkling green eyes were a common sight as she walked through the village, always with a warm smile on her face. But one evening, while exploring the edge of the forest, Salvia stumbled upon an injured owl. The owl had a beautiful mix of white and brown feathers, and its large, wise eyes mirrored the moonlight. The owl, named Jasmine, had hurt her wing and was struggling to fly. Seeing the owl's plight, Salvia carefully approached and spoke softly, "Hello there, beautiful owl. My name is Salvia. You seem to be hurt. Let me help you." Jasmine, though wary at first, sensed the kindness in Salvia's voice and allowed her to come closer. Salvia gently lifted Jasmine and carried her back to her cozy cottage at the village's edge. There, she tended to Jasmine's injured wing with utmost care, using herbs and poultices she had learned about from her grandmother. Days turned into weeks as Salvia cared for Jasmine. During this time, Salvia and Jasmine formed a deep bond. Salvia would speak to Jasmine about her dreams, her fears, and the little village daily happenings. Jasmine, in return, would hoot softly as if understanding every word. As Jasmine's wing healed, Salvia realized how much she had grown to love the owl's company. Jasmine, too, felt the connection with the kind-hearted girl who had saved her. One day, when Jasmine was finally able to flap her wings and hover above the ground, she made a decision. She would stay by Salvia's side and help her as Salvia had helped her. From that day forward, the villagers noticed a new, unusual partnership. Salvia and Jasmine became an inseparable duo. Salvia, with Jasmine perched on her shoulder, continued to help the villagers. But now, Jasmine added her own touch to their efforts. With her sharp eyes, Jasmine could spot anyone in trouble from afar and alert Salvia. Together, they helped an elderly man find his way home when he got lost, rescued a kitten stuck in a tree, and even alerted the villagers to a storm approaching, giving them time to prepare and stay safe. As seasons change, so did Salvia's life. The girl who once walked alone now had a loyal friend and partner beside her. The bond between Salvia and Jasmine exemplified the true spirit of helping and the beautiful friendships that emerge from acts of kindness. In the serene village, the tales of Salvia and Jasmine were told for generations, inspiring people to help one another and cherish the bonds they form along the way. Yeah, let's embrace the next chapter. Fiandester's Playful Adventure. This story is about a magical adventure shared by a little girl named Poppy and her snail friend Aster as they explore a hidden glen of night-blooming flowers. Once upon a time, in a lush, green meadow where the wildflowers danced in the breeze, there lived a little girl named Poppy. With her heart as pure as the first morning dew and eyes as bright as the summer sun, Poppy loved to explore the nooks and crannies of this vibrant world. Poppy's closest friend was not another child, nor a pet dog or cat. Instead, it was a snail named Aster. Aster was no ordinary snail. He wore a shell that shimmered with a rainbow of colors and left trails of sparkling silver behind him wherever he roamed. One sunny afternoon, as the rays of sunlight filtered through the elm trees, casting a warm glow on the meadow, Poppy and Aster decided to embark on a new adventure. They had heard stories of a hidden glen, filled with flowers that only bloomed at night, painting the moonlit landscape with their ethereal beauty. "Let's find the glen, Aster," Poppy exclaimed, her voice filled with excitement. Aster, inching forward on a leaf, nodded his tiny head in agreement. The journey to the hidden glen was as magical as the tales promised. They passed fields of daisies, where butterflies danced like living jewels, crossed babbling brooks that sang songs of ancient times, and climbed gentle hills carpeted with soft moss. Along the way, they laughed and shared stories, their friendship growing stronger with every step and glide. As twilight descended, they finally reached the edge of the hidden glen. To their amazement, as the first stars twinkled in the evening sky, The mysterious flowers began to bloom. Petals unfurled like elegant fans, revealing a breathtaking array of colors that seemed to hum with a gentle, otherworldly light. Puppy and Aster played among the blossoms, their laughter ringing out like a melody in the calm night. Puppy ran and twirled, her dress billowing like a flower in the wind, while Aster slowly maneuvered through the petals, leaving shimmering spirals in his way. They felt a sense of pure joy, a connection with the earth and sky, and with each other. Time seemed to stand still in that magical place, but eventually, they knew they had to return home. As they made their way back, the memory of the hidden glen's beauty warmed their hearts, promising many more adventures to come. That night, as Puppy lay in her bed, with Aster cozily asleep in a small, plush basket beside her, she thought about their wonderful day. She knew that no matter how old she got, she would never forget the playful adventure with her dear friend Aster. And in that knowledge, she found the sweetest slumber, filled with dreams of flowers, laughter, and endless exploration. May peace be with you tonight. Sweet dreams.